Hey guys, welcome back to the final video because I decided it's probably a good idea to include Obosh Prowess in the list of our different Prowess archetypes. So that's what we're going to be playing today, is Obosh Prowess. Um, Main thing is it's got 12 1-mana creatures that all have pseudo Prowess. The Monastery Sorcerer and Soulscorn Mage have Prowess, and Blister Core Weird has Prowess for or whenever you cast it, an instant or sorcery, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn, which is what Prowess does. Whenever you cast, except Prowess is non-creature, so enchantments, artifacts, stuff that counts, whereas Blister Coil doesn't. Then you also have Seasoned Pyromancer as some 3-drop stuff to redraw. Then you've got Light Up the Stage as, again, more draw engine. You've got Bone Crusher Giant, which is interesting because it's a 3-mana card, but it can also be cast as a 2-mana card to help with what we're trying to do as far as damage is concerned. And then we've got 16 1-mana spells between Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart, and then we've got a mix of Flame Slash / Burst Lightning and some Firebolts. And again, because we're mono red, it's mainly just a bunch of islands and a couple redraw effects for the lands. As far as sideboard's concerned, we have to be a bit more careful because, again, we can't use any 2-drop stuff like a Braid. We have to then go back to the good old Shattering Spree, which basically says 2-mana destroy Chalice of the Void on X = 1, because while the first one will be countered by the Chalice of the Void, the replicated version will not be, so you will still destroy the Chalice. Then we're also running Relic because Lurrus decks and Uro decks and Kroxa, just lots of decks utilize the graveyard right now. And then lots of decks are also multiple colors, so Blood Moon's a great card. And then Kozilek's Return is a way to deal with, we don't have a way to deal with protection from red. This will do that, and it won't kill most of our creatures. And then we're also running a singleton Obosh because that's the whole point of the deck, is eventually we get to 5 mana, and once you land this guy, turns all of your spells into ridiculous amounts of damage to help you close out the game when you're in top deck mode. So that's the quick brief rundown, and I'll see you guys in the leagues. I would love to take the play. Reveal Obosh. Blister Coil, 4 damage. Sure. Yes, I know. The season's ending, guys. Don't let your leagues disappear. Breeding Pool tapped. Okay, opponent. Upkeep draw. Ooh. I am not opposed to just landing a Soulscorn Mage, so we've got a couple of threats. And then we can Firebolt opponent to trigger those. Always yield, always yield. Hit opponent for 2. Combat, begin combat, swing for 2. Take opponent down to 16. Is the ideal plan. Pass the turn. And now they have their growth spiral available to them. Upkeep, we draw a mountain. So this puts us in an interesting position. We could either Pyromancer pitching these, which I don't think is what we want to do. I think we want to just Firebolt instead, put those triggers onto the stack. And then in combat we go and swing. Take opponent down to 10, pass the turn. We can crack this Sunbaked Canyon if we want to. I'm assuming this is going to be Growth Spiral. Yep. There's their mana ramp, and they fetch down to 9, going to get probably... Interesting. I was going to guess Temple Garden. I guess they want triple blue. So they can have up... We'll draw ourselves another card. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at Cryptic, is my guess. Interesting. Yep. And now comes the tap your team, draw a card. Oh no, we're gonna spiral. And they fetch yet again. What, Archmage Charm, take our Soulscar Mage? Okay. Blister Coil, block Blister Coil. Opponent goes to 6, play out a Swift Spear, pass the turn. Mystic Sanctuary. What you gonna put on top? You don't have much in your yard. Archmage's Charm? Sure. Sorcery Speed. They opt, they draw their card. Okay, Archmage's Charm. To gain control of target permanent. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and swing. I mean, they can block. And we're looking at... They both get marked for 2 damage. We can Flame Slash. We can also Flame Slash next turn. So they can Misty for a Sanctuary. Turn it sideways. What do we have? 5 mana, Shark Typhoon for 4? Alright. That'll do it. And we're a couple mana away. But that shouldn't be hard to fix with Pyromancer. They opt. They leave back the shark. 3 cards in hand. Like, we can just do this on their turn. We don't need to. If they go to fetch, we can bolt them. Shark Typhoon for 1. Make yourself a 1/1. Burrow, and then they have green, green, blue, blue. Blah. Okay. That's not how you cast an arrow. That's how you would cast an arrow. Our opponent goes to 9. Okay. Opponent goes to 9. And they put another land in the hand. Around to the field. They hit us for 5. So we'll be at 13. My math is off. They go to 8. Mystic Sanctuary probably puts, what, Archmage Charm back on top? In response to that, we'll go ahead and try to bolt you. Just so that way you don't have the counter spell in hand. Okay, so they play out a search and they've got Misty on top. Or they've got Misty plus whatever. We need to dig at this point. We can't swing, but we'll have enough for a fireball flashback here. Problem is they're going to be gaining life off this arrow. Okay, there's the growth spiral. So they have Archmage Charm, 1 unknown. And they liked whatever card it was, but they flipped as Kanta. Swings with just the arrow. Interesting choice. Okay, so we're looking at what? Simic Reclamation? And then they draw 2. Sure. Castle Vantress. So this is probably just Simic Nexus. It's my guess, and they have the Nexus, and they're about to just try to Nexus loop us into oblivion. So they float 2. Oh no, they have 3. So they float 3, they untap everything. And now if they wanted to, they can use this Kanta. Yep. What do they reveal? They reveal the charm that they put on top. Okay. Upkeep draw. We draw Burst Lightning. Okay. Puts us in an interesting scenario. We know that they have the Archmage's charm. We still see if the Sharks want to block. They do. Fun. Try to kill off the Shark. I'm assuming this is getting countered by the Archmage's charm. But you never know. Alrighty. What you got, opponent? Massive Shark Typhoon? Shark Typhoon for 9. That'll do it. Okie doke. So facing Simic, we know we want the relics. Blood Moon's not great. They're only 2 color. They don't really play creatures. We can board out the Flame Slashes. And I guess the Burst Lightning? Nah. We'll drop Bone Crusher. We'll take the play. We'll reveal Obosh. Hand's tempting to keep because of the double relic, but we're gonna mulligan. We'll keep. We'll bottom up Pyromancer, and we'll try to go to town. Opponent kept 7, which is unfortunate, but get in for 1. Next turn, it's to get in for 5, plus light up the stage. Unless they have the... Yeah, definitely a Simic Nexus if they're running Lumbering Falls. Ultia. Yield the Prowess. Cast with Spectacle. Do we eat a Force of Negation? Nope. Maybe. Oh, neat. Take opponent down to 13. Okay, there's an island. We draw Burst Lightning. Okay. Interesting one. I'm assuming they don't have any flashy creature. Soul Scar. Blister Coil. Okay. So that's draw a card. And they now have up our not so great friend. Okay. We'll go to combat and see if we can connect. Okay. You gonna block? Didn't block. We'll go ahead and kill the creature. Take opponent down to 8. Cast Light up the stage with Spectacle. And then we hit Soul Scar and Burst Lightning. Okay. I mean, the Soul Scar doesn't have haste anyway, so there's no point to drop that guy. We get to turn these sideways. Then we get into the blocker step. Is that spell resolving? Paying costs. Okay. Bye, opponent. Six, 4, you're dead. Okie doke. I agree with how we boarded. I'm assuming they'll want the play here. This hand has way too many pyromancers. This hand's keepable. It's bottom Bone Crusher? And it's lead off on a weird. Actually, it's not. It's lead off on Swift Spear. Okay. Because we can use Swift Spear plus Weird and Relic. So they've got Growth Spiral here, probably, is my guess. Blister Coil. Relic of Progenitus. Growth Spiral. Yep. Goes a fetching. We'll go ahead and do this now. Get in for 2. Opponent's down to 15. Burrow. Sounds good. It's funny, opponents going, we can Uro into making me try to pop this relic early. With what they've got, and with what our hand is, we'll go ahead and just pop it. Fun. Drop down Ballistic Coil Weird. Drop down a relic. And they go fetching. Remand? Aether Gusts targeting the Swift Spear. Okay. It's got haste. I'll put it on top. I am a-okay with that draw. Lots of cards. Just straight up playing Shark Typhoon. That's an interesting one. Upkeep, we draw. Make 'em exile. Swift Spear. Bolcha. Second relic. Get rid of that Aether Gust. Swing for 7. Opponent's at 5. Okay. They make a 2/2 shark. And then they Uro. Fun. Gain themselves 3 life. And I'm assuming this shark stays back as a blocker. Upkeep, we draw. Like, you have 2 cards in your yard. If you really want to save the Uro, you can crack your Flooded Strand. Else, we'll throw a weird into the shark. Because we want to be able to cast this light up the stage. Undo. Neat. Soulscar Mage. They opt to make a 1/1 shark. Yeah. This Shark Typhoon might get them there. Archmage's Charm, they draw 2, make a 3/3 shark. Mystic Sanctuary. Targets Archmage's Charm. I mean, force them to fetch another Mystic Sanctuary here if they really want the Archmage's Charm. Weather the Storm, they gain 3. Sure. So they gain 9. All right. Opponent's got a game for us. Swings for 2. We won't block. Mainly because we can't, but that's besides the point. So we can stomp, burst lightning. Go ahead and try to just eat that Weather the Storm. Cool. Three blocks there, 1/1 blocks there. Okay. Interesting. Cast. Hitting the 3/3. Dealing 2 to the shark. Then we can also stomp opponent's face. Opponent goes down to 11. Okay. Wanna catch you live? Hey, hey. Glad to hear that you've been enjoying them. Yeah, sorry that I'm live so late at night. So, second Shark Typhoon was just dropped on us. I don't know how we're gonna get out of that. Bolt. What does this buy us? They've got 1 card in hand. We drop our Prowess guy. We can go to combat. We can swing. And the problem is we don't kill the 6/6. We can detrimentally weaken it. They fetch down to 10, meaning they probably have Archmage's Charm in hand, is my guess. Interesting. So block, block. Okay. So we can either let the shark live, turn into and hit for 5. That puts them at 4. That seems like a good enough number. Okay. Puts them at 4. We've got Relic as a way to pop. Force of Negation. Making 2 3/3s. Okay. So we're staring down 12. Yeah, I don't think we're beating the double Sharknado. Especially if they go like that. Because we take 6, we go to 8. We kind of sort of at this point need another draw effect, which forces that. We see a mountain, which isn't good for us. We draw Firebolt. Does that buy us anything? Firebolt, 2 damage to any target. They've got 1 card in hand. So the problem is we're just dead on the crackback. Like, they don't have to block here at all, and we die. And there's nothing we can do. Because we've got this Firebolt, we can deal 2 there, we can take opponent down to 1, and then we take 12 in the air. Yeah. But opponent also just gets to block. Yeah, they just go block, block, and we cry even harder. Because we still just lose. Yep. Turn any shark sideways. Cool. Sharknado winning that game. Interesting. I definitely feel we're favored in that matchup. We just drew terribly. Oh well. Onwards to match 2. Alright, we won the die roll. We'll gladly take the play. Reveal the Obosh. Yeah. Uh-oh. 2 Oboshes were revealed. That's not good. We'll lead off on the Soulscar Mage here, because that is the stronger creature. And then they have to lead off on something like Bolt there. So looks like we've got a mirror match. Swift Spear here. Bolt opponent. Yield to the Prowess. Take opponent down to 15. Okay, they have a Ballistic Coil Weird into a Soulscar Mage. Seems pretty good. Let's try to smack opponent. Opponent lets us smack. Meaning opponent definitely has tricks up their sleeve. Oh, just a hard light up the stage. Okay. It's Swift Spear and Burst Lightning. Not gonna block the 2/2. Okay. So we can 6 opponent. I kind of like Pyromancer here. Pitch the Firebolt, draw an additional card. Ouch, hitting that many mountains, however, is not great for us. Although it does turn on Obosh. Not irrelevant. Okay. Swift Spear, and then they can Burst Lightning our Pyromancer. They Burst Lightning our Soulscar Mage. Sadly, that'll resolve. And then they kill off our Swift Spear. Okay. We're no longer in a great spot. We've got blockers, though. I'm kind of okay with just taking 3. There we go. Because now we can put Obosh into hand, play out our Swift Spear, move to combat, and hit them for 3. They go to 8. They know that we have an Obosh, so they kind of have to deal with all of our creatures. Not impossible. They're the exact same that we are. Okay. They take out our Swift Spear. And then they get in for 4, take us down to 11. They're holding 2 removal spells here. Oh, nope, it's a light up the stage. Yield to their triggers. Okay, they hit Sunbaked and a Soul Scar. They go down to 7. As much as I want to drop this Obosh, if we drop Obosh into a Soul Scar, we kind of just lose. So this will be a Stomp the Soul Scar Mage and play out Bone Crusher. Combat swing for 2. Opponent goes to 5. The Mirror. Was not expecting this one. Okay, they play out their Bone Crusher. Makes sense. It's a pretty beefy blocker. They go down to 4. And they Firebolt our Pyromancer. Okay. I mean, if you swing, you lose a creature. They go ahead and swing. We will go ahead and block. Doesn't matter which one we block. We block the one that even if they have like the gut shot. So we go down to 9. Ooh, Lava Dart. Interesting. Drop the Obosh. And we've got a 3/5 and a 4/3. I mean, force the trade here. And then we pass the turn and we've got lethal next turn. Pyromancer pitch some stuff. You've got 1. So they need to hit Firebolt, land. Yeah, there's nothing that they can do. Cool. Firebolt. for 4 damage. All right, there we go. So like, Kozilek's return doesn't seem terrible. We don't have anything for the Prowess matchup. We don't have any like Dragon's Claws. Well, we can't because we're odd. Guess we got like shave on a Bone Crusher, shave on a Pyromancer, so that we have these Kozilek's returns just in case they build a board state and we can't. Yep. Obosh enters the revealed zone. It's keepable. And Soulscar, yep. That's not great for us. On the bright side, it does mean that we can get to Obosh on turn 5, probably. Blister Coil into Blister Coil. Okay. So if we really wanted to, we could kill off both. I'm not opposed to this. Swift Spear, kill off both Blister Coils while they're tapped out. Yes, we're shorting ourselves a land here, which isn't probably what we want to be doing in the matchup, but it does clear their board. Blister Coil weird number 3, and a Soulscar Mage. All right. Opponents got threats. Soulscar, Firebolt their Soulscar. Swing for 2. Wow. Like, that's just impressive. We have dealt with 4 creatures, they still have 2. Yep, we go to 16. Interesting. I like Swift Spear here. Yeah, this Pyromancer is just kind of sitting in our hand, which makes it real awkward. But okay, Firebolt, kill off one of our Swift Spears. Yep. You killing off the second one? Nope. Land. All right, they get in for 4. We go down to 12, and now we'll draw something castable. Do that. Play Seasoned Pyromancer. Draw 2 more lands. Not what we want to see. Take opponent down to 12. Next turn we can flashback Firebolt. Okay, they go for the bolt on our Pyromancer. That's fine. Interesting choice. They take us down to 8. We draw yet another land. Do that. Kill their thing. Combat. Swing for 2. We'll be at 7, but then we'll be able to flashback this Pyromancer next turn. Okay, they hard cast light up the stage, hitting Firebolt and Pyromancer. So we'll be at 5. Interesting. I really don't want to use this Fiery Eyelet. So we will go Soulscar Mage, Obosh, and then pass the turn. Because we can use this Eyelet to draw. I'm assuming. Okay, yeah. Okay, Firebolt the Soulscar Mage. We saw that coming. Opponent wants to get in for 2. I want to block this because we are dead if they have Bolt effect. Okay. It was just a land, but then they have... Oh, and then they're going for the Pyromancer. Interesting line. I guess because we're at 5. That's pretty low. We draw ourselves a Burst Lightning. So if we Obosh plus Burst Lightning something, like their Blister Coil, we're hoping that they don't have Bolt. Yep. I mean, I'm gonna block because Bolt and single Bolt effect. Flame Slash, sure. They get rid of our Obosh. That's fine. Now we're both into a top deck war. 7. We can do this all at instant speed. They bolt us. Okay. We're down to 2. Did they draw? They hit a land. Yeah, that'll do it. I had forgotten that they had firebolts in the yard. Okie doke. We run it back. We try to be faster. I mean, they kept a hand that was very threat dense. Firebolts. It's hard to say no. Because this will just be land pass. We both kept... Looks like we both kept hands that weren't removal intensive. Or threat dense, I should say. So that's unfortunate. We go over a Pyromancer. We can't really ever cast that card. But they'll do Swift Spear into Firebolt us. Okay. They take us to 16. That's all right. Drop a Ballistic Coil weird. Drop a Firebolt on their Swift Spear. Yep. Can't swing with the weird. That's fine. We lose that Pyromancer forever. Okay, they have the lava dart. That's fine. And then they have an eyelet. All right. Ooh, I like that for our draw. Because that allows us to go Pyromancer, pitch 2 lands. Because these just hurt us in this matchup. It's basically turning these into painless redraws. There we go. Do that like so, pass the turn. They bolt our Pyromancer, sure. So this will be interesting. If we hit another land, okay, they bolt our face. And then they take, okay. So they pitched a Flame Slash. Okay. Not quite what we wanted, but it'll work. So that Obosh into hand. We'll take 1. Okay, they put their Obosh into their hand. They play their land. They play out Soulscar Mage. Okay. Soulscar Mage is gonna be a problem. Okay. Bolt. Start. Cast with Spectacle. And that's a Flame Slash. Meaning opponent's not gonna play out their Obosh. If they do, they lose it. Sure, you can Burst Lightning or Weird. Yeah, you can play out the Obosh. Why would you play out the Obosh? Because you know mine's not coming down this turn. Deal 4. Yeah, no, I'm quite a ways away from being able to Obosh, but they no longer have theirs. Pyromancer, they dig some more. They hit a land, they can redraw here. They go ahead and do so. And redraw again. Oh, Blister Coil, weird. Okay. And a Soulscar Mage. Please let us hit Kozilek's Return off the top here. I would love to hit that card. That's not it. Okay. We'll have to just pass. Okay, they flash back the Firebolt. Get us for 7. Do they have the bolt in hand? Or a Lava Dart? Oh, they've got a Lava Dart in the yard. Dang, that'll do it. Okay, they see the line. because that is 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 off the lava dart. All right, we weren't gonna get there. Unfortunate, losing the mirror match. I don't necessarily think that we did anything wrong there, but we just didn't turn the corner. Obosh, reveal. Cool, we're not looking at a mirror. Yeah, this is keepable. Oh gosh, is this Neo brand? Probably. Well, looks like we're gonna be winning or losing pretty quick here. So that'll be nice. Lead on the weird, just because next turn we can get in for a lot of damage. I say a lot, it's only like what, 9, which to a Neo brand deck, 9 means that there's 1 less 7 that they can do. Into me now, opponent. They can also now just keep Gristlebrand out. So, while our opponent jiggles around with stuff, how's your guys' day going? Because I don't need to pay attention to this. They either win or they, since they haven't cast a pact negation, they just pass the turn and we lose. Oh, cool. They're passing the turn. We lose. No pact, so they've got a nice good old 8/8 with lifelink. We can't beat that card. So 3, 6, or 3, 5, 6, 7. We can deal with the Gristlebrand next turn if we had 4 mana on turn 3. So we're gonna be hit twice. What you guys doing? Sorry, both dogs came up here. Wanted to see if either one wanted to come say hi. They did not. So they go to 21. They try to combo off now. Okay, they're drawing another 7. Makes me think that they're about to try to combo here. Post-production Dreas here. So our opponent starts to combo off. So instead of making you sit around and watch it, I split it up 3 times and put some music in the background so that way the audio didn't sound awful. Let me know if you guys like this. Enjoy the beats. Watch as our opponent goes through their entire deck. Have fun. Simian Spirit Guide, a Laboratory Maniac, and then they can just draw. So they had the Lab Man in hand. Cool. They got there. All right. Blood Moon to try to lock him out. If it gets to the point where we can cast that card. Pitching Pyromancer, we don't really need to dig. We either get there or we don't. Well, it's more like they either get there or they don't. Has nothing to do if we can do anything about it. They're not a graveyard-based deck. They're not an artifact-based deck. The only reason for Blood Moon is because they don't really play many basic lands. Unfortunate. Neither dog wants to come say hi. Sure, we'll keep it. From the prospect of if we can get this turn 3 light up this this turn 3 Blood Moon active. Okay. That's hurtful, opponent. Land? Do we get to watch them go off again? Nope. Cool. Land. Have counter magic. They draw a card. Okay. Cool. If you're gonna make it so I don't get to play my spells, I'm gonna make it so you can't play yours, Mr. Leyline of Sanctity. All right. So, even though we're in the O2 bracket and might end up in the O3 bracket because this is Neo brand, at least that was a fun game. He just dropped the Leyline of saying, he said, "This will be good enough, I'll live." Yeah. Now, here's my Blood Moon. Can you cast spells? We will mulligan. Just from the aspect of, I expect them to try to keep another Leyline hand. Okay. Bottom. So they didn't keep a Leyline hand. Interesting. They do have the Wild Cantor, though. Swift Spear combat. Turn the card sideways. No blocks, they go to 19. Makes sense. 19 versus 20. Either way, it's not a multiple of 7. Show me our death. No? No death? No death? Okay, death. Took him a while to just pick what cards he wanted to get rid of. Ah, pitch to Wilt. Neoform into the big dude. Yep. And this should just be pass. But they all, I guess at that point they have no cards in their hand. They can go ahead and do that once. Post-production gray is here again. So they decide to, instead of just going with the one draw and then beating us down with Neobrand, to instead try to combo out. They get there. It's not pretty. It takes them a while. Anyway, we're just gonna get to the next game. Enjoy. That was a nice, fun, interactive game of Magic. All right. Well, let's see if we can get at least a 2-3 with this deck. All right. Match 4. Let's see how we do. Meh. We'll try it. Opponent mulligan to 5. That's an interesting one. Okay, it's Tron. Blood Moons are good. Shattering Sprees aren't bad. Well, that card can't be cast. Opponent's down to 15. Let's see. Mine into crack. Well, it should technically be crack the sphere, hit the mine, play the scrying, get the tower, and then kill me. But maybe they don't have it. If only. If only we were that lucky. So I called the wrong one. Oh. They didn't have the scrying? They might have the stirrings, though. No. Pitch those. Okay, not terrible hits. Means if they don't have Tron, we're still okay. Blast Zone enters on 1. Okay, map, so they'll have Tron next turn. That's unfortunate. So they'll have Tron. They have 4 cards in hand. They're at 14. We'll go with this line. Hit opponent for 5 down to 7. They can't take away everything that we've got. Next turn we can Obosh into flashback the lava dart. Making lava dart deal 2, ballistic coil will deal 4. And the elemental will deal 1, taking them to dead. So they need exactly Ugin to -3. Okay. Ugin -3. Yep. Okay. And it's the end of next turn. So opponent needs a way to gain life at this point. Yeah, you can deal 3. Worm coil. Well, that's life gain. And that's a ballista on 2. See, we're really hoping that they didn't have the worm coil. Because now they're gonna just run away with this game. Yeah. We can't get out from this. Well, yes, we can firebolt, take them to 2. Then they hit us for 8, 9, 10. We'd be at 7. We'd be at 4. And then they kill us. So they have lethal on board anyway. The only way out of that would be like firebolting their ballista. Okay. Blood moons we definitely want. I guess flame slashes we can take out. They don't have any creatures that they play early. Shave on those and then shave on some bone crushers. Yeah. Shattering Spree's all right against them, but they are Greentron is my guess. We didn't see any green, but we didn't see any Eldrazi stuff. Okay. We'll take the play. Turn 1, turn 2 is 4. 4 plus 3, 7. Turn 3 is 2, 2 is 3 and 3 is another 6. We'll try it. It feels a bit slow. Is my thought process there. My initial feeling was it's too slow, but it's a good amount of damage. And if we hit like a swift spear here, okay, there's the map. Which means they probably have turn 3 Tron. So we need land and Blood Moon. Bolt, yield. Cast light up the stage with Spectacle so that we can see our next 3 draws. Ooh. Swift Spear Mountain. Interesting. Take opponent down to 14. There's the second Tron piece. Lava Dart. Interesting. What's that, 14? Swift Spear. Lava Dart. Each cast of a Lava Dart's a Lightning Bolt. We'll get there. Okay. Who needs Blood Moon? I mean, we lucked out that we hit the light up the stage into the Swift Spear into the Lava Dart. But hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. Problem is that they're on the play. Tron on the play is scary. Nope. Yep. This hand does nothing, but it has a turn 3 moon. A mulligan down to 5. Hopefully with them at 5, we'll be able to get there. Not gonna say that we will or not. Okay, power plant into map. Sphere, okay. Not as threatening. That pass turn. They obviously crack sphere. Stirrings, okay. Reveals a mine, plays a mine. I'm assuming. Okay. I know, we probably shouldn't be just throwing our spells at their face. Especially in case we do something like that. Because now we can't use this Bone Crusher. We lost out on 1 point of damage there. We're currently on the hope they don't have tower. Darn daddy. What are we looking at? What's your big payoff? Worm Coil. Okay. We can deal with a Worm Coil. Kind of. This hand can't. But poor mana, Karn the Great Creator. Okay, they down tick. Truth be told, what they should have done was, I'm guessing that they just drew this Karn, because they should have definitely gone Karn 3-ball on turn 3. Play down the Blister Coil. Stomp the Karn. Dart the Karn. Okay, they play out Sphere. And then I'm assuming 3-ball. Yep. Yeah, you get in for 6, opponent. Do we take the draw too? We don't really have an out to this Worm Coil yet, but they don't exactly have an out to our Blood Moon. Is that the Wilt? Did I speak too soon? Nope. Scrying. So they hit their forest. And if they want, they can try to swing for 6. We're definitely going to block with a Seasoned Pyromancer. Actually, do we? Yeah, we do. Swift Spear, then throw Obosh in the hand. Hold them all back. We won't actually block with them, but Chromatic Star. 4 mana, draw a card. And drop the Obosh. Combat, swing for 4. Because then we can block with Blister Coil. That sphere is really hurting an opponent. Yeah, it's doing a bit of work against us, but it's really hurting them. So they're at 6 mana now. They choose not to swing. We'll play out Soulscar Mage, we'll play out Bone Crusher. We won't swing yet. So there's 7. Let's see the All Is Dust. Karn liberated. Okay. You exiling Blood Moon or you exiling Obosh? Probably Obosh first. Yep. Okay. That guy at Karn. And that one. These 3 at them. Worst case, I have to tap out to play second Karn to get rid of Blood Moon. Make some elementals. Second Worm Coil. Go ahead and do that. And then combat, we can swing with House. Blocks there. It's not enough to kill, which makes me sad. Because now we block the 6/6, we take 5. Blood Moon definitely does work against Strawn, but when they're able to land a turn 3 Worm Coil and we can't draw an answer to it. Why? So they turn them both sideways. We block the 6, we take 5, go to 3. See what our last draw is. See that it is inevitably pointless and concede the game. All right. 0-4. A lot of close games, though. We'll go ahead and see how this fifth one goes. Match 5. Let's go. Okay, we lost, but that's fine. We'll show an Obosh. I'm just not a fan of one-landers, but this one is all right. Because we can go turn 1, Soul Scar, turn 2, Swift Spear, hit for 2. Turn 3, Bolt, Bolt. We'll just hope that we can hit some lands. Opponent's down to 5, which makes me think it's another Tron matchup. If it's Tron matchup V2, this hand is a little on the slow side, considering how we only have one land. Okay. Opponent? Okay. So it is the Tron matchup. Soul Scar Mage, pass the turn. Mine. Interesting. There we go. That's what we needed to see at this point. Go with the yields. Smack opponent. $15. So 10. They're at 5. They're dead if they didn't have natural Tron into something crazy here. What you got? Lib? Wormy boy. Okay. The fact that we're not that afraid of Worm Coil is pretty crazy to me. So this is... hit Worm Coil for 3, have the Prowess triggers go off. Hit opponent for 3. Prowess triggers. Cast with Spectacle. I meant to turn them sideways. Whoops. That's just me not thinking. That's a punt. So, I mean, so they exile there. kind of sort of have to just let that happen. Which is fine, because we've got the Soul Scar Mage next turn. They keep the Worm Coil back as a blocker. We have Soul Scar Mage into Bone Crusher here. Plus Lava Dart. Get rid of their Karn. Or they'll just have Worm Coil into Karn into Ulamog. So yes, we did punt. We weren't going to win. No. Give me some number of blood moons at least, please. There we go. Pyromancer's a bit slow. Do that. Bring back in Burst Lightning. We'll bring in some number of Shattering Spree. Why not? The card's not great, but it's not awful. We're not really going to be casting and flashing back Firebolt. This is a very keepable hand. It's bottom what? The Burst Lightning? Now let's think through this. That's not good. Sean player kept 7. On the bright side, since we're on the play, if we can hit a land, this Blood Moon should stall them long enough. Keyword being should. Ooh. Not opposed to that Shattering Spree. We won't be replicating. Blow up their sphere combat for opponent. It's not as good as being able to blow up a map, but it stops them from having green mana, forcing them to play out the forest, which slows them down turns from Tron. So this is only 6. We could make it 8 and 9. That's not worth it. I'd much rather have the ability to Blood Moon next turn. Okay. There's Tron piece number 2. Scrying for Tron piece number 3. What? Why did we grab power plant? Misclick? We definitely go ahead and get in for 5 here. Take opponent down to 1. Show me that you have mine. Because you picked up power plant. Wow. We were never getting to cast that Blood Moon. Okay. So we made a misplay. Opponent made a misplay. Obosh. You. But we have to. That in the sphere, yep. Looks like we're staring down the exact same scenario. That you, that's not good for us. We really need another land. Tracks for green. Okay. All right. They didn't have the stirrings, or they didn't have this land scrying package. They grabbed a map, so if they show us Tron piece map. Okay. So Tron will be online next turn, but they will only have 3 mana with it. Land? Land. No. That was supposed to be a land deck. Because now I have to try to hit one off of this. Okay. Looks like we're gonna be going 0-5 with Obosh Prowess. Especially considering that they just hit Tron. Do me an opponent. Show me the Karn liberated and exile my land. Make it so I can't cast. Okay. So it's this, crack that, and then probably have Worm Coil. Maybe just keeping the star around. Maybe they have Scrag in hand. Okay. Looks like opponents just got a bunch of nothing. Granted, we missed our land drop on turn 2. And so, best case for us. What? What? Okay. Why is that main void? Why is that not just in the sideboard for a Karn package? Gets a tower, so they'll have enough to exile 2 permanents. Great. Moto. Totally not a bug shuffler, right, guys? 3 bone crushers in a row. So what? You have a 4 in 60 chance, and then a 3 in 59 chance, and then a 2 in 58 chance. Just from the statistics game. That's how that adds up. So this, it doesn't matter because you've got Trinosphere, so you have to pay 1 more mana. Yep. Oh, they just have a swag dad? That, play what? Tower? Have second swag dad. Okay, they draw another card. Plays their tower for their turn. Taps it down. Second Thrag Tusk. Nope, just a Sylvan Scrying. Okay. Gets a forest. Makes sense. They've got 10 mana. They need, at this point, they need their color. Upkeep. I mean, it doesn't matter what they've got. We're not drawing land. No, 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 no. Well, thanks, Moto. I wanted to see how long I had to go till I was going to draw land. 0 and 5 with the Obosh Prowess list. Overall thoughts? The deck isn't terrible. We just got hit by high variance. I definitely think that this is probably, in my experience, the weakest of the 5 different builds. My opinions on the other 4 haven't really changed. This one, it just feels like you're trying to make up for what you're sacrificing to put in Obosh. And it just doesn't pay off if you can't land Obosh and then kill them. Like with the mono red version, we had Bedlam Reveler to help grind out games. We had Dragon's Claws for the mirror. We have Shrine of the Burning Rage for the grindier matchups. And then we still have the Blood Moons and the Kozilek's Returns. Obviously, a Braid and Shattering Spree are basically the same thing. This is Soul Guide Lantern. It doesn't have to be. It could totally be a relic, or it could be anything. But yeah, it just feels like you're cutting some of the better cards for the Prowess matchup, such as Manamorphose. You're cutting that to try to fit into the Obosh strategy, and it doesn't feel worth it in my opinion. Doesn't mean that it's not, but I definitely think this is probably the weakest of them all. Anyway, that's it for that video. Have a good one, y'all.